Welcome back, everybody, to a group. This is our final group. I can't believe it's already the last group. I'm sure one of you feel the same way. What I wanted to do, being that it's the last group, is I wanted to just give out a handout summarizing some of the things that we've gone over all these weeks. Just some of the things we spoke about, about how to help us with stress. Okay, I'm just going to read it, go over some of them quickly. Some of the things we spoke about that can help us deal with stress when we're juggling all the things that we juggle. Being women and our jobs and being in school. So if we have a healthy diet can help us, even though it's not healthy right that minute, but if you eat healthy food, you just feel stronger, obviously, and you're able to deal with more things. Exercise, we spoke about that. Meditation, we can help you do that sometimes. Meditate, we spoke about taking breaks regularly, especially at stressful times, just stopping and taking a break. Getting a pet, or spending time with a pet. That one we touched on a little bit. Adequate sleep is extremely important. Quitting smoking helps.
Just for the number 6 one, I think it's really funny that it says to sign off Facebook. Because, I don't know about you guys, but I know when my phone's right next to me when I'm in my bed, I'm like, oh wait, did I just get a notification? Or I think that's really funny. And a lot of us don't take that into
I feel like that stuff gets you more stressed too because you're looking at, maybe things people are doing that you're not doing, or people look the way that you don't look.
That's the worst.
It just makes it even worse. And then,
why are they on vacation? I'm not.
Yeah. And then you remember you're not on vacation because you're in school and you work full time, so you get stressed.
Right. So sometimes take a break a little bit, or that helps.
Separate it from it.
Right. Try to see the positive side, listen to music, and laugh. All those things can help us. Okay, so that was just a short little summary of some things we discussed. Now, I want to hand out some paper, and I want you to think about some different things that we spoke about lots of different things over the weeks that we've been together. Why do you think about something that stood out to you, something that made an impact, something that helped you? I want to think about 2 or 3 different things, and you write them down, and then we'll share them. We'll go around sharing.
I know what I'm writing. I actually thought about it the other day when I wasn't even here.
So you want us to write about things that
Maybe impact on you, something that you found was very helpful, something that interesting that you didn't know before, or something that between 2 and 3. What made the biggest impact on you?
No, I like the way it feels. Wish it wasn't red. Probably writing black ink at work.
Need some more time? Done?
No, I think we're done.
Diane, how about you?
you want me to share?
Yeah.
Okay. I wrote 2 things down that I learned from the group and helped me. That stress is manageable. I always had the mindset, of stress being so overwhelming, it took over my life. But after joining this group, I've learned that it is manageable. You just have to learn how to prioritize certain things. The second thing is that I love is how I'm not the only one who is dealing with all this stress. It was nice to relate to other women, the women in this group, and knowing that, they share the same feelings that I had, and I was able to learn from them understand how they manage their stress, and understand that we all share the same issues as women. Yeah, exactly.
Erica, how about you?
One of the things that I took away from the group is the power of laughter. There was one group where
We're on the same page there.
Was being Beyonce?
yes,
Are
it
you
was very
serious?
infectious. I put that first laughing. It
We're
was
talking about
infectious.
strategy singer.
Yes, and we were all laughing, and it just took away that stress that we had. So it was really good.
Another activity.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, and and it says here that laughter is the best medicine, and it really is. It can help when you're dealing with stressful times. And then the other one was meditation. You know, meditation is helpful too because it just relaxes you. You just take a step back from whatever is bothering you, and you can think about it and know that you can conquer it.
Thank you, Sharon. Okay, how about you?
For me, one of the things that I really took away is kind of what Donna said about meeting new people. It was something that I felt like nobody really understood because I didn't get a lot of the support at home, where people just think, everybody goes to school and work, so it's not that big of a deal. So I just felt like if I voiced my opinion that I was stressed, people would look at me differently. So being here with other, women who deal with what I deal with made it easier.
Maybe you felt understood.
Yeah. And then the last one was the diet and exercise. I really started eating more healthy and organic and exercising every day, and I just felt like I woke up and I had more energy. So even if I had a lot of tasks to do, I wasn't really that stressed because I felt energized, like I could get them done. And I started to feel more positive, so I knew I could get them done, and I felt good about that.
Thank you, Sharon. How about you?
Well, I put the Danya thing about her trying to be Beyonce. And on that note, that laughter can really, de-stress and along with that kind of just distraction. So in the moment, distract myself or just find something else to focus on or go do something else, have someone else distract me. Good help.
How about you?
I did meditation because I didn't realize the importance of alone time and just being still and being in tune with yourself. It was very important, and it was actually a good stress reliever.
Sure is.
Very good stress reliever. I also put you guys the support group, to know that I wasn't by myself and I wasn't alone. It's awesome.
Right, so long as we share the same thing, being in a group setting helps people feel like what they're dealing with. They're not the only one dealing with it. A lot of people are dealing with the same issues, and just the support makes it easier. Just by being with other people that are going through the same thing, you see, besides the tips actually, that in itself makes it easier to deal with. Okay, so now we did this a little bit of this. We touched on this last week. We actually did this last week. We went around on a scale of 1 to 10. How do you feel? You benefited from being in this group. How do you feel the techniques and the different things we learned about stress helps you deal with day-to-day stress? So last week you spoke about it. I want to see if the numbers of things changed. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most stressed and 1 being the least stressed, how do you feel you deal with stress at this point? How do you feel the information that you learned helps you deal with stress at this point?
I'm still at a 3. That's what I said last week. I'm a 3 because I'm able to manage my stress more, and I'm able to prioritize my tasks. I've learned to manage my time, especially with schoolwork. I'm a procrastinator, so I try to avoid doing that and do my assignments ahead of time, organize myself more at home, and work. Organize my workload, prioritize, and it's all just time management, and that has helped me a lot, and it's brought down my stress level a lot.
That's great. Erica, how about you?
I think last time I said I was a 3 or 4, and day-to-day it changes, it varies. So I'm still consistent with that number.
And Mary, how about you?
I would say I'm about 4. Like Eric said, it varies. There's times where, if I have a little bit more schoolwork or a little bit of this, I can feel my stress go up to, an 8, but I know how to bring it back down to like a 3 or a 4, and that makes me feel less stressed, that I don't get so overwhelmed or things like that.
And how about you?
I think I'm still anxious, but stressed. I think I've mostly been probably like a 4 or 5, but I kind of know that's not going to be that way all the time. Like sometimes I may be a little bit more stressed, sometimes I'm going to be less stressed, and it's good knowing that. So I kind of try to think more when I'm less stressed, like being happy that I'm not as stressed.
And how about you?
Okay, I know last week I said it was a 3, but to be honest, like it's sometimes where I felt like I was a 6, but I also used what I learned in the group. I remember everything we talked about from time management, meditation, just taking breaks, and I do try to apply that often to bring it back down to at least a 3, 4. So I feel like I can be a 3, 4 when I did that.
Okay, now I want to take this question and just change it around a little bit. Let's try to think back to how we felt when we first joined the group. If you had to give yourself a scale, if you had to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most stressed and 1 being the least stressed, let's compare your numbers now to the numbers they were at the beginning. Let's try to think back a little bit. Okay, so let's go down. What was that? You say the number now and then the number that you were originally.
Right now I'm a 3, and when I first started, I was like at a 10.
Okay, so that's great. How about you?
I was about a 9, 10 when I first started this book, and right now I'm at a 3, 4. So yeah.
Very good. And how about you?
I'm the same as Erica. I was like about a 10, now I'm a 3. I have to say, like, I honestly just thought I would always be a 10. Like, that's just how I deal with stress. I just thought, like, there's no way of me changing it. That's how I've always thought about it, which kind of stressed me out even more. When I came here, I was like, being here was a little stressful because I just kind of didn't think it would work. But I found that if I can use the tools, then I am down to about a 3.
Yeah, so I think when I first came, I think it was just a stress coming. Like, it's another thing I have to do.
And then your stress level at that point, you gave it a number.
It was probably a 10, yeah. So, and then, like now, I like coming, and it's helped me through others, so I'm still at, 3 or 4.
I think when I first came, I was like maybe an 8.5 on the cusp of like 9. But now I'm 3. But I do remember when I first came, I was looking towards getting like maybe around 7. I didn't think stress could go away.
Yeah.
So
You thought the lowest would be
we're 7.
Oh, that's really great.
So yeah, I'm 3.
Okay, so we made a lot of progress, these weeks. So, we can all of us be proud of. Now, one thing I want to just bring up is that when the group ends, we're not going to have the support. So, does anyone have any ideas of what we can do to help us hold on to all these things that we gained?
I'm just going back to some of the stuff that we learned. I think like what helps me is like making lists of ways I can bring down my stress level, and just using the skills that I learned here. And like we all decided that we're gonna keep in touch even though the group is over, and we'll use each other as a support system.
Anyone have anything else to add? Because there was one more thing I wanted to say. Does anyone have anything else to add about that? Okay, so just the last thing I want to say is that when we leave a group, people can have mixed feelings. People can feel guilty, and all different kinds of feelings can come up when people, when the group is ending. I'd like to go around the room and everyone just give one word or a phrase as to how they feel about the group ending. Danielle, let's start with you.
Content.
I feel lost.
Lost, the person could feel like that. We had the support this whole time, and this person could feel a little bit like lost. What's going to be now? What do you think you can do to help yourself with that?
Well, we are going to still stay in touch and stuff. It's just the actual commitment thing is the lost part of it.
Right, that makes sense. Okay, and how about you?
I feel happy in a way, even though it's ending. I feel like I learned a lot, and that I'm not going to be as stressed with my daily activities anymore, so that feels good.
I feel empowered by the group. I learned a lot of things that I didn't know before, and the social supports of all of these in the group was very helpful.
Accomplishment.
It was nice meeting you all, and